Make me honest and transparent with myself. Make me honest and transparent with others. Make me honest and transparent with you, oh God.
The Transparent Church Ministry, spreading the word of God faithfully, bringing His word to your life with a clear view of Christ. The Transparent Church Ministry, spreading the word of God faithfully, bringing His word to your life with a clear view of Christ. Welcome to today's broadcast of the Transparent Church. Our 11 a.m. Sunday services are held in Grand Prairie, Texas at the Ruthie Jackson Center located at 3113 South Carrier Parkway. Our phone number is 972-979-5947. Take a moment to visit our website at www.thetransparentchurch.org. Now for Pastor Arthur James' transparent message that will offer you a clear view of Christ.
How long? He begins to ask God a question. This is not just any question, but it's the question of questions. It is a question that enables us to check every now and then our walk with God, because even though we don't tell you a lot, there are some things that come into your life that make you ask God a question. How long? How long am I going to deal with this issue? How long do I have to take medication for something I prayed about? How long do I have to deal with an enemy, God, that I know you're a bad man? How long do I have to work on a job that I can't stand to go to? How long do I have to deal with children who are disrespectful? How long do I have to deal with people who should love you but don't act like they even know you? How long, oh God, do I have to deal with little money and a lot of bills? How long do I have to stay in a relationship that ain't going nowhere? It's rocky instead of real. How long, God, do I have to deal with these issues that are coming on top of me? The question behind the question is my subject today. The question behind the question is simply, will it ever happen? Have you ever felt that question inside of your heart? And you ask God, how long will you forget me forever? In other words, God, the thing that you anointed me for, will it ever happen? The kingdom that I plan to and dream to have gone into, God, will it ever happen? The breakthrough that I shouted about on Sunday, but I cried about on Monday, will it ever happen? The joy that I see other folk perceive to have, will it ever come into my life? God, will it ever happen? I don't know if this is for you. Perhaps this is one of those times that God uses me to just talk to me, and y'all just happen to overhear our conversation. Because there are some times in my life that I ask God this question, like the psalmist: how long, oh Lord, will you forget me forever? David knows something about God. He's been walking with God for a long time. But every now and then, if you and I are not careful, if we don't park and parenthetically begin to pause to pray, we will begin to ask the same question when dilemmas begin to develop in our lives. We will say, God, where are you? We will say, God, how long do I have to deal with what I'm dealing with? God, will it ever happen? You see other people get blessed. You see other people get anointed. You see other people go and get prosperous in their way. But you begin to ask God a question: God, will it ever be mine? To the line at night. And I said, Lord, how long am I going to have to wait behind folks who are breaking the rules and I can't get blessed? I know that was a little illustration, but sometimes in life you try to live right, you try to do right, and you see people who you know are not doing what God has called them to do, and it seems like they're ahead of you in line, and it makes you ask the question, Lord, how long? Lord, will it ever happen to me? Lord, will it ever turn the table in my life? Lord, how much longer do I have to deal with disaster instead of deliverance? Lord, how much longer do I have to deal with burdens instead of blessings? Lord, how much longer do I have to deal with chaos instead of comfort? Lord, how much longer do I have to deal with these issues instead of allowing you to abandonment. And he also had adversaries.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I've tried all of my life until probably the last 5 to 10 years to try to just love everybody, to sing kumbaya. And I found out that you can do everything for some people, and they choose to be your adversary. Can I help you real quick? If people don't ever fall in love with God, don't flip out if they never fall in love with you.
Come on.
If people don't put themselves in a posture and a position where God can build them, they will always look to tear you down. Amen. But let me help you real quick. David, some of the stuff God sends you through and he's silent in. The reason he doesn't remove you when you have adversaries around you is because adversaries are a part of the assignment. Oh my God, I feel the preach coming on. Somebody needs to understand that God puts the adversaries on the payroll to show you just how much of an advantage you have. What are you trying to say, Pastor James? I'm saying God will use those enemies to push you just when he pushed David to a place of prayer, to a place of saying, God, how long? And God will tell you and show you that when you keep asking how long, God will finally show up and show you how strong you are in life that will make you ask the question, how long?
Yeah, how long?
But when those challenges come, you don't ask how long, you ask who. Who is, Psalms 24, the King of glory? Amen. The Lord God mighty in battle. So if you're having a battle, the good news is you're not in it by yourself.
Amen.
Now I shared with you that David thought about it not ever happening in his life because he felt like he was abandoned. And because he had adversaries. And because he was dealing with anguish. But the reason that David was able to shift gears from verse 5 to 6 that was different from what he started out in the text was that David understood my final thought. And it's simply this: God is his ally. And as God was David's ally, God is your ally. What are you trying to say? I'm trying to say that I don't mind, I don't like them, but I don't mind having adversaries as long as I've got the number one ally. I don't mind going to war if I know I'm going to win. Last time I checked my Bible, I understood that there is nobody greater than God. There is no king greater than God. There is no Lord greater than God. There is no army greater than the Lord's army. So I want you to understand, God is your ally. That's why if you're crying and complaining today and wondering how long it's going to be before you get the good diagnosis and before you get the good money and before you get the things fixed in your family and your relationship, I came to tell you the good news is, in spite of all that's going on around you, God is your ally. He's a very present help in the time of trouble. That's why the psalmist declares in Psalms 121, I will lift up my eyes to the hills from which cometh my help, because all of my help comes from the Lord, who is the maker of the heavens and the earth. You got to understand that if God created you, he knows how to take care of you. You got to understand, God is your ally. That means you never go through anything by yourself. So when the enemy tries to make you have a pity party and ask you the question, how long? You've been paying tithes for a long time. You've been going to church for a long time. You see those other folks who are not even serving God look like they're getting blessed. But let me tell you, there is a way that seems right to a man, but the end thereof leads to destruction. All I know is when you find yourself in God's word, he will tell you that the first shall be last and the last shall be first. He will tell you what David wrote in Psalms number 30, verse number 5. He says there, his anger endures for a moment. Sometimes you'll feel like he's turned his back on you. Sometimes you'll think that it's taken God so long. But he begins to say, his anger endures for a moment. In his favor, you find life. Weeping may endure for a night. David is saying, I'm not the king because I didn't cry. But even the king cried. But let me tell you, the king didn't cry all night. Weeping endures for a night. But joy cometh in the morning. And that's what I want you to understand. You got to understand that if God is your ally, morning will come.
Our hope is that Pastor James' message has inspired you to continue the fight of faith. To receive a copy of today's sermon in its entirety, please contact the church at 972-979-5947. Again, our 11 a.m. Sunday services are held in Grand Prairie, Texas at the Ruthie Jackson Center, located at 3113 South Carrier Parkway. Come join us and see what you've been missing. www.thetransparentchurch.org